Boxing Truth here, back with another video. Make sure to smash that like button, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Alright, let's talk about it. Anthony Yarde versus Lyndon Arthur. The fight just finished, and it was a upset victory by Lyndon Arthur. Not the biggest upset, but it was significant because Arthur was as high as a 5-1 dog, and if you put money on him to win by decision, which was the only way we're gonna. I mean, if you would have put money on him, you would have bet on him to win outright or by decision, because that was the only way he was going to win. He's not really a big puncher, and it was a shit fight. Wasn't stylistically, they didn't mesh, or Yard just couldn't do more than what he could. And Arthur, he was lucky to get the fortunate split decision because he really didn't do much of anything in the latter part of that fight. Got off to a good start, was popping the jab, and Yard has shown that he's really not improved from the Kovalev fight. He's not working on the things that he needs to be working on, which is his head movement, the ability to slip a jab, the ability to cut the distance with guys that are rangier and longer than him. That's the issue we have with Kovalev. Kept getting popped in the face with the jab, and he kept getting spaced out by Kovalev's range. Same thing here, but Offer is not as good a boxer or as established. But yet, Yard just couldn't cut the distance. It took him a shitload of rounds to really put anything of any significance offensively. So I'm not really mad at the decision. I don't think it was like all controversial that Offer won the fight, but it was a fortunate decision for him because he was giving that fight away, and Yard did win the last round on the fight. But even if Yard won this fight, his stock dramatically dropped. Just hasn't improved on his issues defensively, and not able to really cut the distance and really put much of an impact offensively against Lyndon Offer. It seemed like Lyndon hurt his right hand. He didn't throw it for a number of rounds, and I'm a little surprised he was able to win that fight, even though he really didn't do much offensively either, but he did land more shots overall against Yard, practically just throwing one punch, which was a jab. So another upset victory for Lyndon Offer. Scores the upset win. He'll move on as he moves on now. We'll look to get another opportunity. And for Yard, another setback. He has a lot of things to work on. In terms of his IQ, his skill set. And there was really no value betting on Yard tonight. That's why I didn't touch the fight. I did touch the fight. I bet the fight will go the distance, and it did. So I was able to get that off, but I still had to wait until, because I hedged my bet. I took the over as well in this fight, but unfortunately, now I have to wait to see if Danny Garcia is able to pull off an upset. So it was a parlayed bet for it to go to decision, and now Danny Garcia's got a. I mean, this was an upset, so let's see if Danny Garcia can pull off and make my night a little special. Shit fight though. Wasn't a good stylistic matchup, and Yarch really needs to consider leaving Tunde. I mean, the guy's not doing anything for him. He's not improving his abilities, not working on his weaknesses, just screaming lines in the camp in the corner. I mean, he got beat by a guy who didn't even have an authoritative jab. Was even giving rounds away towards him towards the latter part of that fight, and he just stood there and was absolutely non-existent until the late rounds of that fight. Not an impressive performance by either guy, but Lyndon gets the upset win, and Yarde, it just doesn't look like he's ever going to win a world title. He's never going to be able to beat these Ranger guys who who established their jab. And he lost to a guy who really didn't put much authoritative jabs in his face. Wasn't even active in many of the rounds. Was taking rounds off, and he still lost the fight. So Yarde's gonna have to go back to the drawing board, figure out what he wants to do. Does he want to improve? Does he want to become a better fighter? Because he was physically the more talented fighter here, but he got tamed by a pretty weak jab. Not the best jab in the world, that's for sure. If he's going to improve, he's gonna have to leave Tundai, man. Otherwise, he's just gonna stay where he's at. In the top 10 of ratings for a title, but not being able to win a world title. And may be likely might not be able to challenge for a world title ever again if he can't beat guys like Lyndon Offer. But that's all I got for you today, guys. Let me know what you guys think about the fight. Did Offer win this fight? Do you really care? Who really cares? It was a shit fight. But Lyndon Offer for the upset win, and let's see if Danny Garcia can pull off an upset later tonight. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.